Alright guys, Kremp again today. Hope you're doing enjoying your day so far with a gentleman's agreement drama continuing over the last couple of days. Shotzzy gives his perspective yet again on the big discussion about the knife getting banned over the last couple of days. Shotzzy reveals the true reason, it seems, why the pros have actually banned the knife, and as far as Shotzzy's concerned, this makes basically zero sense. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thought this is interesting from Kremp. I don't know what his plans are next year. Of course, he competed in the Porsche North American Champion Series or whatever it was, and he dominated that season and that basically championship. But at the end of the year, he was then competing in like endurance races, and I don't think he had his best race to end off the year. So yeah, Kremp's obviously looking for kind of a next step here, I guess. Wants to step up from the championship that he was in because, you know, I guess he felt like it was too easy and he wants to have a harder challenge. I think endurance for Kremp is the goal. He did say before that he wants to race at Le Mans. So clearly Kremp's, you know, hinting at something for the new season. I know that he was also playing a bit of COD as well and running into a confusing issue here on, well, what is this map called again? Derelict. Not the best map ever, not played in competitive, fortunately, this season, although to be fair, I think this might have been a viable, well, early days, people were saying, could this have been a search and destroy map? I don't really think so. It was played briefly in like 2v2 chals and stuff early on, but yeah, there are seriously some bugs with this map that are continuing, I guess, to be uncovered. Intrigued to your thoughts on this in the comments as well. So Breaking Point and eazy Mack and Ronnie have been going through and basically breaking down the off seasons and the season expectation to many of these new rosters. And Cloud9 to me are a pretty fascinating one because they went to the FaZe K-Sun Showdown tournament, whatever. They were one of 4 teams there, and the other teams were FaZe, 100 Thieves and OpTic, and they placed 4th, which is no real surprise. The question therefore is, are they actually the 4th best team in the game behind those other 3, or are they, you know, worse than that and there are other teams that would be better? I'm inclined to believe the latter, but you know, top placement, team MVP, final regular season seed, do they qualify for the World Championship? I think for sure they qualify for Champs Cloud9 this year. It's, you know, it is the subliners, right? But of course rebranded, and most of the team has gone to Gentlemates. It's just Sib really left around. Although to be fair, Attach and Accuracy both played for the New York Subliners way back in the MW19 days, as did Mack actually. So there actually is a surprising amount of organisational tenure there. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because there were some interesting replies. What's their best placement going to be? Are they going to get higher than 4th? Are they going to get higher than 3rd? Like, it's something in that ballpark, I would say. Like, I think Cloud9 probably do make a Sunday this season. Whether they go further than that, I don't know. I think this take from Austin on Sib is a fair point, because Sib was good last year. At times he was very good. But Sib's probably been at his best when he has been playing with an environment he's very comfortable with. And with Accuracy on the team now as the coach, kind of obviously he's played with him before in the Seattle Surge a couple of years ago, and with an AR duo that I think he's going to be very comfortable with in Attach, I think that Sib is probably going to be on fire this season. It does come down to the SMGs, as I said before, and we'll probably talk about that again. Final regular season seed pretty much comes down to then, where does this team sit in the pecking order? Are they, because I think many would say they might be 5th or 6th in that kind of region. I'm not sure I like this team as much as Toronto, but I think I prefer it to many other teams. So intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. People are saying 4th, 5th, 5th, 7th maybe. So something in that ballpark. Intrigued to your thoughts in the comments. I know that Ronnie said he reckons they're going to end up 6th, but I think they're probably going to make the World Championship. But also, these type of numbers consist of whether they make a roster change, which is maybe not entirely implausible either, right? So there's that situation. I wanted to show a couple of clips as well here from Nameless. I know that him and Clay have been having a bit of a back and forth over the last couple of days. This was a nice clip from Ant, to be fair. I just wanted to mention. So he gets, well, 1-2, pistols the 3rd, and slams the 4th as well to capture the hard point. So thought that was pretty nice. And obviously Clay was talking about it as well. We saw Clay hit up, I think it was eazy Mack the other day, and basically said, look, what are the numbers? Me versus Nameless versus Study all time. What's my record? And obviously Nameless isn't trying to argue that in terms of like a career he was a better player. Maybe Nameless's argument was, all right, you know, back in our day I had you more times than you had me, or like I was basically better than you when we were actually competing on that level. And obviously Nameless's career, Clay it was around for so long, but Nameless was around kind of before Clay, at least as far as I'm aware. Like Nameless, true OG of competitive COD. So their careers overlapped for a long time, but yeah, there was obviously a bit of drama about it. And as Nameless says, look, we're boys, there's no like beef in this this or anything, so I'll share that clip in a second. But I also wanted to talk about what Shotzzy had to say on the GAs of the last few days, because it's been all sorts of drama. We've seen Scrappy and Octane and many others properly getting into it, calling each other brain-dead morons, whatever. You guys know how it is. But the knife was banned the other day, and this was causing all this drama, right? Because Shotzzy says, the knife got GA'd, y'all are terrible at everyone, and it's been a matter for conversation, right? I think in Black Ops 4 they got rid of it, in Modern Warfare 19 it was in. You know, basically what happened again is someone got knifed in a game. I don't know, they were playing a hard point and someone came around the corner, stabbed them. They were fuming. They put it in the chat to say, look, we've got to get the knife banned. And then a few teams agreed. All of a sudden it's gone. So, you know, this is how it works. Proper quality organization again from the CDL pros. But Shotzzy's not convinced this should be the case at all. We did, however, see Pred run around the other day and kind of say, all right, this is why it got banned. Now, of course, most of these kills, I wouldn't say irrelevant, but it's like he's getting kills that you'd get with the gun anyway. This, however, in this hallway here, or basically in the zip line shaft, as it were, this is where they are having issues, apparently, the pros, because this guy can probably see Pred. Like, he knows he's there, but he can't aim down low enough to kill him, right? So all he can really do is jump down and then get knifed. So I kind of get why this is frustrating, but, and maybe, you know, fair enough that this tactic from Pred is kind of cheese, and maybe there's nothing that the enemy can really do about it unless he is, you know, bringing his own knife out and doing the same thing. And to be fair, there are many maps in the game. I mean, obviously here on Protocol that have that zipline thing, on Skyline as well. So, you know, there's an argument that I do kind of understand, and that's what Shotzzy describes in a second. But Shotzzy's conclusion is a bit different to what most of the pros have come up with, because he's saying, look, if that is overpowered, that strategy, then instead of banning, you know, the knife entirely, you should just ban that as a GA.
We played you guys 3-2 in the bracket. I'm telling you, anytime me and Jim play each other, bro, it was slight.
Bro, it was not slight. You literally have a like losing record versus me. We already went through this, dude.
So when me and
bro, we literally had a stats guy run the stats, and I am like 45 and 20 versus you.
That's a lie. Find it.
Dude, we did this already. I'm not doing it again. Bro, it was like Brian Stats or Easy Mac or somebody did it.
He did online matches, bro. We gotta do it.
Oh my god.
With only land.
What the hell? One shot. I'm coming to you. Come on.
One time, two at a time.
One two. He's going there, main door. There, main door. One behind you, behind you.
Nice.
Oh my fucking god.
Shit.
Oh my god. Go cat. Go get cat.
Yep.
Get open, get cat.
I'm stunned.
Get open and get cat. Cat, look at cat. Somebody look at my lobby.
What was the reasoning for the knife GA? I think from what I know is that people just camp the zips with knives. Bro, you GA like people from doing that. You don't GA the fucking knife. Oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? I think that makes too much logic. That's the issue.
So understandably, Shotzzy not at all convinced that the decision, like, for the ban and the reason behind the ban is actually a good idea at all. And Shotzzy, I mean, look, there's other reasons as well why the knife is quite good. For example, the unlimited, like, tac sprint and stuff like this. And players like Shotzzy, they want to run around with a knife because they don't want to use another kind of secondary, which is going to make them slower, like the bat or whatever. And yeah, the knife is good to use in that sense. What Shotzzy's saying, though, is it's kind of like snaking, in my opinion, right? Because people can snake behind cover. A couple of years ago, the pros would tell you, oh no, it's not possible to ban, you can't GA the snaking, anyone's going to do it anyway. Turned out that last year you can GA the snaking. Zuma made it happen, and it happens, and there weren't many instances the entire season, even at Champs, even at the World Cup. It's not like people were breaking the snaking GA to win the millions, which, you know, maybe some players I wouldn't blame them if they did it, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's been a big conversation topic over the last few years of whether you can actually ban the snaking. The argument is from the pros, though, is to say, well, maybe instead of banning the snaking, we have to ban going prone or crouching, right? That's kind of the implication that Shotzzy is getting at least as my read, is that, well, instead of banning the snaking by saying, look, you can't do this specific movement mechanic, what the pros are doing with the knife GA is they're saying, well, you can't do any of that at all. Because Shotzzy's argument is, look, it's not impossible to say to the guys, look, let's not stand in the elevator shaft or whatever and, you know, knife the guy ziplining. It's similar to snaking, right? It's like, look, let's just not do that. And it's not impossible for people not to do that. I mean, like, it's pretty straightforward. If you're standing behind a hit glitch and you're going to snake it, you can make the conscious choice whether you snake it or not. And we've seen this year the pros have decided not to snake those situations. So in the same way that if I'm in an elevator shaft waiting for someone to come down the zip line, I can consciously choose not to pull my knife out there. And I can just keep my gun out, or I can play it from a different angle or something, right? It's the same type of thing. But instead, the pros are banning the knife because of this problem, and, you know, the equivalent to that in snaking is just to ban going prone, right? Because you're saying, well, you know, we're just going to prevent you doing that entirely, and I don't really think that adds up. So what do you guys think about all the GA drama of the last couple of weeks? Is there ever going to be a conclusion to this? Of course, we saw Benjay come out with his committee suggestion, the PowerPoint presentation that he did, breaking down what he would like to see changed as far as the pros making these decisions, because I think Shotzzy in pretty much everything on these type of topics is always pretty much on the money, right? Like, he understands on some level, but equally he, you know, his perspective is different to a lot of the, you know, the more crybaby pros that just want this stuff out of the game. At least that's my opinion. So yeah, is there going to be any more than this? Probably yes, let's be honest, right? I mean, this is still early days. We're still like a month into the game here. Like, this is early days for GAs. There could be more coming on the horizon as well. I think the most frustrating thing to me about the current GA process is that once something is gone, its return just never really happens. I think that's what annoys me the most, because I understand why pros will ban certain things. It's like the Model L or whatever, right? It was banned at the start of the game because it was too good. The XM4 then shortly thereafter followed suit. Let's say the Model L or the XM4 get nerfed big time and they become substantially weaker and they are viable in competitive still, but not overpowered as they potentially are in the current state. The pros will never bring those guns back because that's just not how the system works. If the league ran the system, then any of those changes, the league would then say, okay, you know, we are going to, again, contemplate that weapon being in the meta. Like, let's say the XM4 was, like, officially banned in the rule set, which it's not as it stands. It's just the pros elect not to use it. You know, if that's how it worked and there were no GAs and we all went down to the official rule set, but the XM4 was banned because it was too good, if it got nerfed, the CDL, you would presume, would be like, okay, let's reconsider that. And it's the same thing with something like the knife. Now it's banned. Its likelihood of coming back in is so slim, even if the initial decision was biased in some way, and even if changes are made to the game. Like, what if the maps that have the zip lines on are disappearing from the map pool and we no longer have to worry about that problem that the pros are apparently worried about? And, you know, they change those maps out for new alternatives that come in over the, you know, the coming days and weeks. Are the pros going to bring the knife back? Almost certainly no. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. And I'll see you next time.
But I made a separate bet with HyDra and then Scrap. Well, it started with Scrap, then it went to HyDra. Bro, radar always on. 1v1 on Babylon. Jackals only. I bet 100 gifted with Scrap. 1v1, Babylon, radar always on. And I made a bet with HyDra, 1v1, Jackals only, radar always on. 500 gifted. 500 gifted. Bro, they don't think I'll get 4 kills. Not win the game. They don't think I'll get 4 kills.